Today we're going to talk about the golden arrow and being in a frequency or a vibration that creates a better life for you. So the golden arrow was given to me back in around 2009. When I was going through a very difficult experience. And I was driving down the road sobbing. I had sobbed for 2 months. It just so happened that the universe opened up the avenue so I could do this. I run a residential cleaning business for my day job. And was doing it in 2009. And there was a lot going on around me. And I felt pulled from all directions, as well as the pull to stay put in one spot and not make a decision, not go left and not go right, but to stay in the situation. And it was, if you could take some silly putty, that egg of silly putty, and you started to pull this way and this way and this way and this way, but the bigger mass stays in the center. That bigger mass was me. But this part kept pulling out and pulling out and pulling out. And just when I thought I had one part pulled in, there was another part pulling out longer. And it felt like I was on the verge of a nervous breakdown. So one day I was driving down the road, and I actually had a vision on my peripheral side. So it was my left side. It was coming into me. And what I saw was Jesus actually on the cross, metaphorically speaking. And I saw an arrow that replaced the sword that went into Jesus' side. It was a golden arrow. And the message that I got was, allow the golden arrow to go in, meaning into my heart, and pierce the other side and keep going. In other words, do not allow the arrow to go in and stay there. Allow it to pass through you and out the other side. Now, at that time, I imagine that my consciousness easily could take what I knew, which was Jesus on the cross. This is a memory that I had. It was a memory that I knew. And in order for me to understand it, that was the visual that I needed. But mind you, my eyes were still on the road. And I'm sobbing. But at the same time, I could see this. And I could hear it. So all of my senses were wide open at that time. For a reason. So this went on for about 2 months. And my clients, as the universe would have it, were never home when I went to their homes to clean. Sometimes they were previously, but during this 2-month period, they were not home, which allowed me to cleanse what needed to be cleansed so I didn't end up in a hospital. But the result of this golden arrow became a knowing that I expressed by staying put that I did not want to do any harm. I did not want to do any harm to any of the active participants in my circle. Number one. Number two, it was also a knowing that if I made a decision at that time without allowing the situation to pass through me and out the other side, it would only complicate things. So I became, my body, my physical body at that time became a vortex. It became a vortex for information coming from all sides outside of me, and it became a vortex for information coming inside of me. And that is when I was able to receive the messages that I used on my Light Fragments Oracle cards. Because I wrote them down when I got them. I grabbed a piece of paper wherever I was, even if I was in somebody's house and I saw a piece of paper sitting out there. Or I'd go through the trash to find a piece of paper and I would get a pen or a pencil. And I would take that information home and I would put it in a document. So you might be asking, well, Susie, what is the meaning of all this? Yeah, that's you, but that has nothing to do with me, but it does have something to do with you. That is just one aspect of how the universe works. When we allow a situation to unfold, no matter how painful it is, paying attention to where we are and how we feel, allowing the emotions to unfold without doing this, wavering, we open ourselves up to receive. And that is where the universe wants us to be. And it's not a one-time thing. This happens over and over and over until we get it. If you look at a very simple situation, let's just use the situation of you're searching for a new car. And there are so many different models out there, and you don't know which one you want to purchase. And you're driving down the road and you see this vehicle and you don't know exactly which one it is. But you think, I like that vehicle. I like the style of that vehicle. I want that vehicle. Suddenly you have opened up an avenue where every time you are on the road, you will see that vehicle in a different color, a different year. But prior to that, you never saw that vehicle. That is because, you opened up your conscious awareness with a positive frame of, I like that vehicle. I want that vehicle. That vehicle would be a great asset for me in my job. That vehicle looks comfortable. I'm considering that vehicle. There is nothing about what you are saying in your mind at that time that is negative. It's all positive. And as you begin to see this vehicle on the road, it passes you every day while you're driving, you pull into the parking lot right next to that vehicle that you otherwise would not have seen. You begin to pull in to your vibration, your frequency, the possibility of obtaining that vehicle. And it may not be brand new, but it is that vehicle. And so this is what I'm talking about today. The golden arrow being golden for your highest good, for your highest frequency, for your highest vibration. Because you see, the universe does not care about what you think. The universe is going to work exactly the way it works. And it's up to you and me and us and we to pull ourselves into that, to put ourselves into that vibration. And so somebody might say, well, what happens if we're in grief? What happens? Am I supposed to be in this vibration? I didn't want this to happen. I didn't ask for this to happen. I didn't pull this in. You didn't, but it happens. And when it happens, you're allowing it to happen, is putting you in the frequency that you're supposed to be in. You did not attract somebody else's decision or somebody else's ideas or somebody else's choices. You did not attract that. But because you have a connection to that person, or you love that person, it is going to affect you. But when you allow the golden arrow to go in to your heart and not sit there, but pass through the other side, every single time you feel an emotion, every single time you feel grief, every single time you feel pain, inner, deep pain, every single time you find yourself in a situation where you don't want to feel that, but you allow it, you are creating the healing. You become a co-creator with God and the universe and yourself to heal yourself. And every time you are in a situation where you have tried very hard to find a solution and the solution does not come, you're trying too hard. You're trying too hard. But when you say, I am going to keep my feet moving, I am going to walk through this, I am going to allow the golden arrow to pass through me, I am going to feel these feelings, I am not going to react to them, I am going to allow them. If I cry, it's okay. I'm not going to run away from them. I'm going to sit in them till they pass. I am not going to drink alcohol. I am not going to take drugs. I am not going to evade. I am going to stay focused, feel, allow, let it pass. Each time you do that, you are raising your vibration, you are raising your frequency, and you are co-creating with God the plan that you came to this planet for. So let's jump ahead a little bit. And let's not talk about, I use grief as an example. There are many examples out there. You get up in the morning, you do your meditation. You feel good. You feel good about yourself. You're looking out the window and you're having your coffee and you're like saying to yourself, I love how that tree looks. Look at the leaves on that tree. They're unfolding. They're beautiful. Oh, I love the rain droplets glistening after the rain as the sun hits them on the leaves, on the grass. Oh, look at that robin. Oh, look at that flower I didn't notice yesterday. You are raising your vibration. You are being present with that moment. And when you are present with that moment, you are allowing information to come into you while you release other things that are not part of where you should be. Unconsciously, consciously. Because your focus is now on something enjoyable, something peaceful. You can do this even if you live in the city. You can do this. You can focus on something that you enjoy, that you love. That's outside of you, but inside of you. It works in tandem. I've mentioned this before. You are not separate from the universe. You are part of the universe. You are a microcosm of the universe. Many microcosms. So to see yourself as separate of that is not in alignment. To see yourself as part of that so that you can be a gift to others, a gift to yourself first and a gift to others, that's why you're here. So I made this little diagram this morning, a teachable moment. It's a wheel. This is you, or this is you. The outside of the wheel is you, or the inside of the wheel is you. Working together. Okay? These are the spokes of the wheel. When you are in the center of the wheel and you feel that connection, you can look outside the window, outside the wheel, and you can see all that's going on around. 360 degrees. And you can pull in and glean from that. But sometimes when you're you and you're in here, what's outside there, what's outside this wheel, what's outside this wheel can come into the wheel. And it can create issues for you. Now, if you kick that out of the wheel, you're not allowing. Okay? You're not allowing. You're not able to see clearly. But what you can do is leave that in the wheel and move outside the wheel and look at everything going on in here at you from outside the wheel. Because outside the wheel, we have some terms. We have joy, we have happiness, we have peace, we have love, we have grace, we have awareness, we have clarity, we have abundance. And so while you're in the outside of the wheel claiming all of this, you're looking inside at yourself and you're seeing everything that's going on in here and you're going, wait a minute, that's not me, this is me. So you go back in here and you remember all of these terms. And while all of this is going on around you, you allow it. And you say, I am happiness, I am clarity, I am love, I am joy, I am abundance, I am awareness. I am here. I am doing no harm. I am present. I am allowing. In your mind. And as you do that, the energy that you're experiencing at that moment that has come into your wheel begins to dissipate. it begins to dissipate. Because you are meant to have that experience so you can learn how to navigate through it. Each moment in each second that you are on this planet, you are navigating through it. You are allowing the golden arrow to come through you and move out to the other side. It is quantum. And if you did not have that ability, there is no reason for me to be sitting here. But I'm sitting here because I know you have that ability because I have that ability. I know you have that ability because I chose that ability. And if I could choose that ability, you could choose it too. So when you're looking at your situation, it could be something that you created without even thinking about it. You could be telling yourself every second of every day, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough money. Well, you're not going to have enough money because you're telling yourself, I don't have enough money. But if you tell yourself every day, I'm going to have enough money, I'm going to have enough money, I'm going to have enough money, I have enough money. I have money. Yes, I am working. Abundance is coming to me. And it will unfold so more abundance comes to me. And as simple as this may sound, it is a choice, and that choice becomes a vibrational frequency. That frequency becomes an action that you have allowed. Let me give you an example. After 2009, I'm going to say probably around 2012, was a really hot day and I was working. It was so hot. And I forgot to bring water. And I didn't have any cash on me, and I didn't want to use my debit card for 99 cents. But I also didn't have any time, more importantly, to get from point A to point B. So I just said, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to get to this house. I'm going to complete what I need to complete, and all is going to be well. I was thirsty, but all was going to be well. I'm not going to pass out. I'm going to make it through this, and all will be well. And when I drove into that driveway, the woman that I was cleaning for opened the door with a glass of a cold drink and said, "You must be thirsty." That is how manifestation works. Now, what do we do about the negative vibrations that come into our frequency? We don't do anything. We don't do anything. We allow those negative vibrations to be negative while we stay clear, while we have clarity, while that cosmic light comes down. We don't do anything. We allow it. We don't need to tell that other person how to be, or that other negative situation how to be, because when we remain here, we will see clearly and we will know what to do, where to go, how to navigate. I'm saying this to you now, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to encounter something that's going to try to pull me out of that. Because it is what it is. And every time that happens, it is an opportunity for us to practice. And so when we tell you this is how it is supposed to be, for your benefit and well-being, it's because we know. And we love you. And we want you to love yourselves. And we want you to care for yourselves. And we want you to have the life and the fulfillment that you were meant to have while you experience being here. Because that experience will end. And then it will begin again. But while you are here in this human form, we want you to have that experience. I want you to have that experience. So, my friends, be well, be blessed. Know in the core of your being that there's a reason for you to be here. It's part of the plan, and you can do this. You can do this. They have got your back. Allow them to help you. God bless.